Hello, sir. Yes, it's ready.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
All we represent to them, man, is somebody who needs a haircut.
Oh, no. What you represent to them is freedom.
What the hell's wrong with freedom, man? That's what it's all about.
I want you to join me. We got a lot of work to do, America. Let's take our country back.
America, land of the free, home of the brave. A beautiful land of high, rugged mountains, vast open plains, wide forests, pristine lakes, extensive swamplands, and endless desert landscapes. A gigantic, bountiful land, full of opportunities for those willing to go and seek them out. And they did, sometimes having to fight for it. A nation was built on rugged individualism. But then, over time, a shadow slowly fell over paradise. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. Thomas Jefferson. They They that give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither safety nor liberty. Benjamin Franklin. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. Edmund Burke. When the reign of tyranny and oppression have become too great to bear, the people have risen up. They have gathered together as one to stand up against those that would oppress them. They created movements and groups. They protested and raised awareness in others by spreading the call for freedom and liberty. They set out to awake others, just as Paul Revere on his evening ride. This is how we do it. We'll be landing in New York and purchasing a couple of RVs. The ultimate road trip begins there. A 6-week journey around the country, going through all 50 states. We'll be filming the whole time and conducting interviews with all sorts of people along the way. Feel free to send in suggestions on who you'd like to be interviewed. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on our own road trip website. If you want to get involved in the fun, join us on the road. Get out on your motorcycle, in your car, van, or RV. You decide, is it for 100, 1,000, or all 10,000 miles? If not, arrange an event or happening in your town or city when we're there, and we'll join you, bringing along the whole motorcade. If you want to see things get better, become part of the solution.
You are Paul Revere.
That's just a knot.
Yeah. Okay, that's just a nod.
Yeah.
We can watch over and over and over until we figure it out ourselves.
Yeah.
Wings. Another knot with them. And pull. And then you just arrange it.
Alright.
It's pretty.
Cool.
That's cool.
Alright, we're going to be watching this video all night long
Yes.
here.
It's not that difficult.
Well, you don't know who you're dealing with here. I can barely
Hey,
get my
should
shoes
work.
tied in the morning.
Alright, yeah. Well, that's a similar thing. So, yeah.
I might
be
have
tough.
I might have hope, yeah.
I'm a member of a club. We're called the Turun Moottoripyöräilijät, or the Motorcyclists of Turku. We're not a patch club. We're not affiliated with the Hells Angels or anyone like that. But we are a group of gentlemen motorcyclists. Been going since the 1970s, and I've been a member since the late 80s, early 90s. And there are all kinds of bikes. There's the custom bikes, there's a couple of Harleys, there's some Yamaha and Honda custom bikes, and then they've got quite a few touring bikes like Pan-Europeans and big Hondas, and then there's a couple of Triumphs, not not many triumphs in the club. I think there's only about 3 or 4. There are about 300 members, of whom I would say probably about 100 are active. We've got our own clubhouse / workshop, and it's up out on the way to the airport, just within inside city limits out there. But then again, I also have my own workshop, which I run with a couple of other buddies who they're metal workmen by profession. So a lot of the custom work on this bike is being done by these guys, and it's quite nice because they really are. They're not. When you usually say metal workmen, you think, oh yeah, right, they just like take a big hammer and hit stuff. But these guys, they're real artisans. One guy is one of the guys is a qualified silversmith. So like he does really intricate work. So I'm very pleased with the work he's done on my bike that I've commissioned from him. So all the stereotypes about motorcycles being wild and wicked and woolly and long-haired and shaggy-beard, it just so isn't true of the guys in our club, and for that matter of motorcyclists, almost exclusively of all motorcyclists in Finland. So, but you're off on your road trip to the States next summer. I wish you good luck with that. Good luck with the filming and enjoy yourselves. Take care.
Thanks, Tim. It's been a pleasure. Ride free and safe.
Thank you.
Get out there and fight!
Thank you, sir, thank you. Please join me and fight with me. Thank you, sir, thank you very much, thank you. Oh, just a couple of quarters, hey, come on. I'm a wet, come on, hey. Couple of quarters? Nah. Well, just a couple of quarters. I got a whole family to feed. What? What?
How price?
I can feel that horsepower. But how many people are in
So, Mr. Revere, tell me about these dreams that you've been having.
Well, Doctor, they're recurring, and every night when I lay down, just the same things keep going through my mind. I see, first of all, myself being born into a world, a free world, a world free of liberty. Everybody everybody around me are all free individuals, sovereign individuals. All of us running around happy and free.
Tell me more.
And then, after we are going around free and enjoying ourselves, all doing as we wish, acting out what we would, and everybody is living peacefully and in cordiality with one another. And then, on the horizon, come these giant, dark storm clouds, lightning and thunder, the sound of black horses and black riders approaching us.
I see.
And then there's just chaos and people dying and blood everywhere and people being locked up and chained and balls and led off, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I just feel like I must do something.
Do go on.
And I really feel that there's power inside of me, that I should stand up, that I should say, no, this can't go on. I'm a free person, and I must fight against tyranny and oppression. Doctor, I'm really at a loss. I don't know what to do. It's been going on for weeks, months. What do you make of it? Is there any hope for me?
It's been a very enlightening session, Mr. Revere. No worries, I know just the thing to fix you up.
Oh, great. Great. Doctor, thank you so very much. I don't know what I would do without you.
My pleasure, Mr. Revere. Now if you go along with these gentlemen, they show you the way out.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Just here to help.
My horse! My horse! Where is my horse? I got it. Keep it rolling.
Oi, alô? Porra, desculpa, rapaz, que rolou um bocado de coisa aí.
What's so great about the Great Depression?
There he is. This is one of the guys behind the camera that we haven't seen much of.
I ain't gonna see it.
Oh yeah, this clip is going up.
You trick and dream on.
I'm gonna get up there somehow.
Yeah, you can try.
This is the devil behind this camera.
Try, boy.
Look at that. This is so low budget we can't even afford shoes.
You stole my shoes, man.
Now that's low budget. You got anything to say?
What's so great about the Great Depression? Join me and fight on Infowars.com.
And what I would suggest is you keep the speed down, steady speed.
Otetaan sitten tänne alas, jos ollaan näin, ja jos ollaan 60, niin kyllä siinä ihminen.
tankkeella kootaan rivessä. Ja sit se on sillä, että se on vaan verkosta, että ei tarvitse mitään.
Okay, please tell me a bit about your documentary group.
Well, documentary project New Perspective got its start in 2008 here in Turku. It was 5 individuals, one of them being yourself, who were the founding members. They just all got together and just basically had the same ideas that, hey, wouldn't it be great to start a group to begin to make events, show movies, films like this, to enlighten people, wake people up. And so the 5 of you got together and started up the group. You had the first event was at the library of Turku, and there was a speaker there. The subject was 9/11, and a little bit of a different view about what went on that day. And it kind of went from there forward. More people got on board. I think shortly after that, I missed that event, but shortly after that I got involved in the project myself. Then the idea came up to start showing films, mostly documentaries, here at the school restaurant, the old school restaurant here in Turku. So that's what we did. We had a big room that we could use. We're sitting in it right now. Great big room, maximum 50 people we've been fitting in here for all the screenings. And now we're up to the point where we usually have once a month, either an event or a movie or some sort of happening, where we're usually getting between 30 to 50 people to sit down here and sharing a lot of really good information and getting more and more people on board. And so the documentary project has kind of spread out. Not only were we here in Turku doing things, but it spread out to Tampere, spread out to a few other towns, cities, even to the archipelago. We had one screening once. So it's basically had a kind of a snowball effect. You know, by getting a lot of people here in Turku involved, they have spread out to other cities and started the same type of action. So then from there, basically what happened was we got the ideas of an international group. That, hey, let's reach out outside of Finland. Let's find other people, other groups who are pretty much on the same page with us, and let's start to work together with them. So then was born just a couple months ago our international group, documentary project New Perspective, and we started to reach out on an international level to different people and groups, and so that's where we are now.
Where did the idea for the trip come from?
Well, that's an interesting thing, actually. The idea for the trip, just a couple of years ago, I was just sitting around with a couple of other members of the group, and we were having a few beers one night, of course, and the idea just came to my mind. I don't know where it came from, but I just got this idea. Hey, what about a road trip, around the States? And what if we'd go around and, to many different cities, interview people, meet new people, and then a couple of the other people were like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. That could really be something. We talked about it a few different times, and then basically what happened was the idea got put into the desk of interesting things to do someday. And it kind of basically got forgotten at that point. So then what happened was Alex Jones came out with this contest, the Paul Revere contest. And it was interesting because I watch every day, every evening at home, the Alex Jones show on in the internet. And what happened was that they made the announcement. I think it was the end of January. And they made the announcement, and I was watching the show, and it was during the time when I was watching the show, and they were talking about this contest. I thought, wow. I said, well, this, the contest, our idea, this is like it's made for each other. So then I immediately, sent out to a few different people, a little bit of questions. Hey, what about this contest? What about this idea that we had? And what was strange was I didn't really get any reaction from people. It took quite a while to get. I think we had our first meeting. There was like 5 of us who actually said, "Hey, I'm interested. Let's do something about this." And we didn't have that first meeting until I think the middle of March. So just to have the first meeting, sitting down and talking about the idea, the middle of March, and the end of the contest, we had to get everything in by the 30th of April. So this is just saying, you know, how fast we put this together. It was just, it's been 24/7, you know, the idea running in your head, running here and there, calling there. It's just been madness. But it's been enjoyable. It's been enjoyable madness. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and we've really learned a lot through this experience. I mean, I had never been part of filming anything or putting together a production. The documentary group, the main things that we've done have basically been interviewing people, you know, interviewing politicians, local politicians, or filming happening or filming an event. It's never been real production. So this is basically the first production that we're putting out as a group, and really have to say it's been a lot of fun and continuing to be a lot of fun.
Okay, why this trip? What you are going to do?
The trip. I think what basically came to my mind with the trip was growing up as a young kid with the friends. Whenever we wanted to get out of town for a little while, you know, road trip was basically that. Hey, that was what freedom and liberty was about. Let's take a road trip, and that's what we did. We just jumped in the car. Maybe we didn't even know where we were going. We took off, you know, for a day, 2 days, however long we decided to be on the road. As long as we had gas and money, you know, we were just gone, you know. And that's the idea that I think the road trip represents freedom and liberty. You know, getting out on the road. America has a lot of great roads, a lot of great places to see. It's a huge country. It's beautiful, and I think that's the way to see it out on the road. So that's where I got the idea for the road trip, and the whole idea also about this event and the road trip. You know, hooked in with Paul Revere, and you know, traveling around the U.S. in a couple of RVs for 6 weeks, making stops in every city, meeting new people, having a list of interviews. There's a lot of, you know, famous people we want to interview from different walks of life, you know, actors, musicians, truthers, whatever you want to call them. I mean, a lot of people out there that we want to meet up with, and definitely we would arrange these interviews beforehand, stop into a city, have local events. I think the idea of the event is also getting people involved. I mean, this is something that anybody can get involved in. We're going to have the map up on the internet. People can see where we're going every day, every night, where we're going to be for the night, so they can arrange local events in their own city or town. You know, maybe when we arrive, for example, in Houston, people there could, you know, arrange an open-air concert or something, because most likely we're going to be doing the trip in the spring or in the fall, so it'll be warm weather. People can arrange outside barbecues, parties, events where bands can come and play. This is how they can get involved. If they can't come along on the trip, and that's another option. If you want to come along on the trip, you see the map, you can join in anywhere. Jump on your motorcycle, jump in a car, get your RV out on the road, get some friends together. Hey, you can come with us 250 miles, 2,500 miles, or all 10,000. You know, make up your mind. This is something that everybody can get involved in. Get out on the road, arrange an event in your town or city, spread the word about what we're doing, let other people know about it. This is something everybody can take part in. And that's the idea of the road trip, basically getting everybody involved.
Excellent. Okay, this is Special TV documentary project New Perspective.
And Mario Argenta, signing off.